Okay, so I wanted to show how I curl my hair. People always ask how, and I think it's the easiest to see in a video because it's hard to describe. And I'm really old school. I use an old curling iron. I can't handle the wand. I'm not that coordinated. So I'm starting with clean hair. I washed it this morning. I don't wash it very often, 2 or 3 times a week. And then I blow dry it some, and then I use a round brush to blow dry it straight because I got all these crazy like waves after. So before I clip it up, I actually use this texturizing spray, and I'll like flip it over to get to my roots and just spray just a little bit and do the other side as well and right here. And then I just like massage it into my head so that it gets kind of like evenly distributed. And you can also use this as a dry shampoo, which I do that sometimes as well. I kind of alternate dry shampoos between one drugstore brand and one. So I was saying I alternate between a drugstore dry shampoo and a nicer one. Okay, so after that's all in, just brush it all through, and then I clip up like 2/3 of my hair like I was saying earlier. Okay, so take your curling iron to the top of a piece of hair about that much, clamp it down and slide it a little bit, and then curl up, go like 1/3 of the way down, and then go down again, not all the way. Okay, so we've done the first like 1/3 of hair, then go down to the bottom and curl up again. Not all the way to the bottom, like leave some of this out, and then you just pull it down so it straightens the bottom a little bit. I'm gonna do the next section and show you what I'm doing. I don't know why I touch it with my fingers every time. It's always hot. But see, this part is out. So once I get to the point where you're kind of at the bottom and you have that piece that's hanging out, when you just pull the curling iron down, it kind of leaves the bottom like looser instead of like a tight curl at the bottom, which those just don't lay well. Okay, so one thing I didn't say was to always curl away from your face. I never curl towards my face unless I'm wanting like a really like old school type curl. And when I'm saying pull the curling iron out to straighten it, like do it very gently, okay? So same kind of thing as the other side, just curling it the other direction. Then you gently pull it down and kind of like letting go of the clamp as you pull. It works. So sorry for the awful lighting in here, and I'm wearing this really old baseball shirt, but I had a few minutes and I just want to get this done today. So now that you've got these like kind of loose curls on this lower layer, I just spray it. Okay, so then I take the next section of hair down. I only leave a little bit up at the top, and I clip that up. And now I'm gonna start doing the same thing. So I do the exact same thing on the next section of hair as I did on the bottom. It's easier when it's sectioned, especially I have a lot of hair, so if I try to do it all without clipping any up, it just doesn't curl very well. So that next section is done. If you want more definition, go back and take like a small piece like this is what I just did, and recurl it, and it gives it a little bit more definition to the curls. And then I'll spray this one, and then I'll do this top portion. So y'all, I'm clearly not an expert on any of this, and I don't use the fanciest tools, and my hairdresser is probably watching this and like cringing because it's not exactly correct, but okay, so it's all curled, and I sprayed it again a lot. The hairspray I use is kind of like medium hold. It's not super strong. So then I'll just kind of brush it out with my fingers. And then sometimes I'll go and like lightly brush it so that they're a little softer, not so messy looking. And they still hold because they've had the heat. And okay, so that's done. That's kind of how they end up. And y'all, I have really super straight hair, but this will stay basically all day. As long as I don't curl the ends. The ends always mess up, but when I leave them straight, it's better. So that's what I've learned. Okay, and now one more little trick that my wonderful hair dresser told me. I have all these baby hairs growing in from after nursing and stuff, so I just spray my fingertips. And then, all right, y'all, sorry for the longest video series ever, but anyway, with the baby hairs, just spray your fingertips and lightly brush down where they are, and it really does help. But anyway, that is how I curl my hair. Thanks.